See for yourself why so many people trust the REM Super Patch for a better night's sleep. Visit supersleep.com to claim your 30-day risk-free trial now, or call 800-498-1675. Call right now for your 30-day risk-free trial at 800-498-1675. Again, 800-498-1675.
The largest gun show in Central Texas is back in San Marcos this weekend. Texas gun shows will be at the San Marcos Conference Center with over 600 tables, Saturday 10 till 6 and Sunday 10 till 4. Texas Gun Shows was voted the #1 gun show in Texas, so do not miss it. This weekend only at the San Marcos Conference Center. And be sure to check out the Texas Gun Show's VIP membership. For info, visit gunshowstx.com. Texas Gun Shows, making gun shows guns again.
Did you know that solar energy gives you independence from utilities and helps keep your energy costs down? Why not get a free estimate with locally owned Divided Sky Roofing and Solar? You can get more information at mydividedsky.com. That's mydividedsky.com.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. This man makes a lot of travels throughout his time as he works for Dave Campbell's Texas Football. He is the one and only Mike Craven. Mike Craven has done a great job with Texas football. He formerly worked at the Austin American-Statesman, and my man has been traveling. What's up, dog? How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Ready for real football to be here. We're 24 hours away, so pretty excited.
I know you are. You're also an avid EA Sports college football player. How many games have you played now?
A decent amount. We have a thing at Dave Campbell's Texas Football called the Republic of Football. It's a podcast network with a podcast for each of the 13 FBS teams. And we have a dynasty, league going on between the podcasters. And last night I got beat pretty bad on one of them. So not great at it, but I do enjoy the video game.
I know you do. You were ready for it when we were at SEC Media Days, and you were trying to balance your time just like everybody else because it came out then. But I want to get into the conversation because you do travel a lot to college games and interviewing a bunch of great people and guys that have been doing this for such a long time. But you recently wrote a story about one Jake Spavital, former head coach of the Texas State Bobcats. Now he's at Baylor after his time in California. And Jake is one of my favorite people in this game. I mean, he's open, he's honest, and not afraid to have conversations. But what is it that you took away from your time with Jake Spavital?
Yeah, I'm with you. I've always liked Coach Spav. He was the head coach at Texas State when I took over the magazine. So had a lot of one-on-ones with him. You could always go to practice. Everything was open. As you said, he's one of those rare head coaches that, would really talk to you about the good and the bad. It didn't hide a lot of stuff. It was kind of out in the open. I think he learned a lot from that Texas State experience, one of which being that the support behind the scenes matters as much as the talent on the field. And, when he was at Texas State, they didn't have a fantastic athletic director like they do now in Don Coryell. They didn't have a president that cared about athletics like they do now with Mr. Dampus. And so I think Texas State has kind of turned a corner, and it's made Spav look like maybe he wasn't, a good head coach there. But I think the thing that he inherited at Texas State is not what G.J. Kinney inherited at Texas State. And he left it better than he found it. And I think that's all you can do as a head coach. But getting back to Texas, I think he's excited. At Baylor, he's going to be basically the offensive head coach. Dave Aranda, wanted to take over play calling because the defense hadn't been playing well the last couple of years, and he needed somebody on the offensive side that could kind of take a lot of those responsibilities that he frankly just won't have time for if he's, all the way in it as a play caller defensively. And so, Spav, I think, was excited. It seems like a lateral move on paper going from OC to OC, but I think he has a lot more responsibilities at Baylor, and he feels like it's a chance for him to maybe get back into the big chair one day if he's successful there.
How you doing, sir? Mark Henry here. I since we're talking about Texas State, how are they slipping under the radar?
I don't know if they are anymore. They were picked to be, a favorite in the Sun Belt, maybe second favorite in the Sun Belt there with Appalachian State on the other side having a say. I see Texas State as one of the teams that gets mentioned to be the G5 playoff team if they're able to win the Sun Belt. I think that week 2 game against UTSA is going to determine kind of who in the state of Texas is still in the mix to get to that G5 playoff spot. And it absolutely could be Texas State. Look, if their defense can get to solid, it doesn't have to be great. If they can get to solid, I believe that offense with Mac Leftwich calling the plays, Kenny's a former quarterback who obviously knows a lot about offense as well. With Jordan McLeod coming in there at quarterback, I think the Bobcats are going to score plenty of points, and it's just a matter of if they can avoid the 60-plus point give up like they did to Arkansas State last year. If they can keep it in the 20s and the 30s, they're going to win most of their games. And if they can go 10-2 and win the Sun Belt, I think they have a chance to maybe be in the college football playoff, which is an insane thing to think about. If we look back, kind of this time last year and what we expected from the Bobcats, how far they've come in a year and a half has been pretty amazing.
We're talking to Mike Craven of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You can follow him at Craven Mike on social media. Mike, I wanted to talk to you too. You got a chance to go down yesterday and be a part of the media when the Cotton Holdings sponsorship was announced. Obviously, everybody's talking about the rivalry between Texas and Texas A&M. What was the energy like in the building as far as, number one, we already knew that this rivalry game was going to happen, but with the new sponsorship and the intensity of this rivalry, is everybody ready for it to get going again?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're already talked out about it, and it's, August 23rd, and we have till November 30th to wait on this thing. For media, it was nice to have Chris Del Conte, Trev Alberts in the same room available to ask questions. They seem like they get along, that they have a solid working relationship. But yeah, it was kind of weird, having everybody in there. You had all the Texas media, all the A&M media. There's a rivalry there probably
right.
Underneath the scenes as well. And so, it was kind of an odd thing to be a part of. I'd never gone to something like that before. But, in the world where revenue sharing is going to become more and more of a reality, and these athletic departments are going to have to find $20 to $30 million for athletes, they're coming up with creative ways to get revenue. And one of those is to get a sponsorship for anything and everything. You've started to see it at the conference level. I think we'll see it on fields, and we'll see it on jerseys soon.
Right.
And you're going to see it between rivalry games like Texas and Texas A&M. If they can get a few million dollars to kind of spread around both universities and help ease that, burden of paying the players, then they're going to take advantage of that. And I think both athletic directors are willing and able to go fundraise as much as possible.
Speaking of fundraising, what do you think about the QR codes on the back of helmets?
I don't know how people are going to get to the QR codes. I'm 40 years old. I feel like everybody older than me doesn't really know how to use QR codes. We tried to use them in the magazine a few years ago, to where we would put a QR code for the team page, like on the team page, so you could QR code it and then get more digitally. And we had more people push back on that than anything we've ever done before, because they couldn't figure out how to do it. So that's my worry.
If you move slow enough that you can use a QR code, then I don't know if I want you on my team.
Exactly. But yeah, I think in theory it's a solid idea. Maybe they'll put them on the big board or something like that. After a guy scores a touchdown or gets an interception, you can send them, $5, $10, something like that. I think in theory it's a cool idea, but I just don't know in practice how well it's going to work.
You might have just figured something out there, Mike, where you put that on the board. If you score a touchdown, QR code me some cash, man. Like the home run, you hit a home run, you pass the hat in the locker room.
Make a tackle.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
That's right.
So let me ask you this. I'm looking at your schedule for the year. You're going to be at some pretty cool games. The one that everybody's talking about is obviously the Michigan and Texas game. And then, of course, the Texas A&M and Texas game. And I said it that way on purpose because they're the home teams. So you start looking at that kind of stuff. But you also have some pretty cool midweek games like the Arizona State and Texas State game. How do you figure out how you're going to set your schedule for the entire season?
So I make an Excel sheet with all 13 teams and their schedules, and I kind of just put them all together, right? Week 1, week 2, so I can kind of look at them and see what the options are. And then I kind of pick the 2 or 3 best games that week and put that down at the bottom of the Excel sheet, and then just try to separate them from there. I do know this year with A&M having such a good home schedule, I'm going to be in College Station 4 or 5 times. Texas joining the SEC, going to have to be there a few times, and then SMU joining the ACC, going to be there a few times. So it feels like those 3 teams are probably going to dominate a decent amount of my year this year. But back in 2022, I didn't think I was going to cover 8 TCU games, and then they went on that magical run, and I ended up just becoming a TCU beat writer. So, if a team like Tech or somebody like Texas State, UTSA just kind of goes on a heater and they look to be the contender towards the end of the year, then I'll be at more of those games. But I imagine it's going to be a Texas A&M centric year for me. And I'm excited. I think there's going to be going to Michigan is going to be a bucket list item. Texas, Georgia is going to be huge. Obviously, the Red River rivalry is always, one of the most fun weekends of the year. So going to be a really great 2024. I'm excited for it. And, I contend I have probably the best job in the state when it comes to covering college football, because I can do a journey like the one I did last year and the one I'm about to do again this year.
I was wondering, where did you have Texas and Georgia ranked? And is that a game that you looked at as being one of your flagship games that you'll come to?
Yeah, I think that's probably the game. If you take away Texas A&M, just because of the history of it. I grew up, my grandfather, Charlie Craven, was at UT forever. So I went to a lot of these A&M Texas games. So that one's probably the one I'm most excited about. But if I had to pick number 2, it would probably be Texas, Georgia. There's a non-zero chance that's number 1 versus number 2 in Austin if both teams take care of everything that they're supposed to. I had Georgia at 1 and Texas at 3 going into the year, with Ohio State at 2 and Oregon at 4. Those 2 teams play each other as well. And so there's a chance that Texas, Georgia, and Ohio State, Oregon play each other 3 times this year. That's going to be another part of this season that gets weird. It's going to be such a long year. All of these matchups take on a different value level than maybe they have in the past.
That's what it's all about. I want to ask you this before we go. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up. Your UTSA team, the Roadrunners, man. Jeff Traylor is one of the best in the business. What is your expectations this year from UTSA?
I think they're going to surprise people from the outside. I think on the outside, you see that Frank Harris is gone after 7 years of being at UTSA. Rashad Wisdom, Joshua Cephas. They lost their all-time leading passer, their all-time leading receiver, and their all-time leading tackler. But I think that they're probably better at every spot but quarterback. The offensive line is going to be excellent. The defensive line is really, really good. That front seven is going to be nasty. If they can figure out the cornerback position, and that includes a name that a lot of people know, and that's Denver Harris. Denver Harris is now at UTSA, the former A&M and LSU star. Just a super, super talented kid. If he can kind of figure it out behind the scenes, he can become a lockdown corner in the American. So I think the Roadrunner defense is going to be the story of the year for UTSA. And if the offense can be good, if it can be solid and not turn the ball over, I think in the American, with in my opinion, how bad that conference is, it's just really between UTSA and Memphis. Maybe Tulane stays in there. But I think the Roadrunners have a chance to surprise some people and be a really, really good G5 team again.
There he is, Mike Craven of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Get over to social media at Craven Mike. Is there anything that we should be looking for as far as an article that you guys might have coming out pretty soon?
Yeah, I'm doing an article right now on the Austin DB trio that plays for Texas. Taft, Makuba, Barron, they all, trained together, grew up together around in this area back when I was doing recruiting. So talked to a few coaches and going to have a story on that. Obviously we'll have some A&M stuff next week because of the A&M Notre Dame game being so big. But thanks for having me on. I don't know if Mark Henry remembers this, but my grandfather worked at UT for a long time in the weight room, and I used to be there.
Charlie Craven?
Watch you work out.
Holy cow!
It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. If nobody's ever seen a Mark Henry work out in the weight room, it is a sight to behold.
Man,
as always, I know.
Love Charlie, man.
He is that dude. So, Mike, we appreciate you, man. We're gonna have you back on. You and I have talked about this numerous times. We're gonna have you on as often as we possibly can, as much as your schedule will allow it. We appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, guys. Talk to y'all later.
Appreciate you. There's Mike Craven, Dave Campbell's Texas Football. He's traveling this year, and I'm talking about traveling. He's starting
frequent flyer mile.
Yeah, he's going to be at Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Texas at Michigan, UTSA at Texas, TCU at SMU, and it goes on and on. You can find his schedule at Craven Mike on social media. When we come back, We got the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, giving the world's strongest take right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The winner is Craig Way. Join us in congratulating Craig Way on winning the Texas Sportscaster of the Year award. Say goodnight to it. Caught it. Touchdown, Texas. Craig is so nice, he's won it twice. Let's go. Ball game. Listen to the Craig Way Show weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Good morning. Be looking for a stalled vehicle right now over on the southbound side of Mopac, right at Far West. It's over on the right shoulder, so it's not affecting the main lanes. Just use some caution as you are traveling through. Meanwhile, over on 1327, we do have an accident right at 1625. Just some light break stops and slowdowns right now as you approach the accident. I'm Ryan Silva. That's check around your Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
It's Social Hour at Cover 3, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. Savor fresh, exclusive $7 delights like shrimp firecrackers and $5 frozen Ritas. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. Unwind at any location with friends, including Cover 2. Make every hour happy at Cover 3.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Imagine this. You're in the Mercedes-Benz C-Class sedan. And with the touch of a biometric finger sensor, the vehicle knows your profile, responds with your preferences. The ambient lighting shifts to reflect your mood. The Burmeister 3D surround sound system plays your favorite song. And AI-assisted MBUX technology responds to your every ask. Now stop imagining. The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are here. Offers hard to imagine, vehicles impossible to forget. Experience a variety of vehicles, each with the state-of-art technology that fits your driving style and personal taste. So, whichever vehicle you choose, it'll drive like a dream. Discover exceptional offers on vehicles like the CLE Coupe, E-Class Sedan, C-Class Sedan, CLE Cabriolet, only at Mercedes-Benz. Dream Day is going on now through September 3rd. Learn more at mbusa.com/dream and drive off in the car of your dreams.
Hook 'em, Horns fans. Catch every moment of Texas Longhorns content free on your phone, TV, or computer. Check out the revamped Longhorn Network or LHN to stay connected all season with exclusive content, highlights, behind the scenes, student athlete interviews, a 24/7 channel, and replays of the greatest games. Plus, enjoy academic programs like campus tours and inspiring commencement speeches. Watch game week and post-game press conferences, live football statcasts with play-by-play radio audio, and coaches shows like Longhorn Weekly. Create a free Longhorn Network account for personalized watch lists, easy sharing with friends, and more. No account? No problem. All content is free to watch. Watch LHN on your iOS and Android devices. Stream directly from TexasLonghorns.com and on streaming TV apps like Chromecast, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and more. Don't wait. Download the LHN app today and dive into the Texas Longhorns action. Find TexasLonghorns.com.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Did you know that solar energy gives you independence from utilities and helps keep your energy costs down? Why not get a free estimate with locally owned Divided Sky Roofing and Solar? You can get more information at mydividedsky.com. That's mydividedsky.com.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin area weather calling for a heat advisory for your Friday. Partly cloudy, could see a stray shower or storm, a high near 100. Partly cloudy tonight, a low in the upper 70s. Saturday and Sunday, mostly sunny, a high in the upper 90s.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Backed up sewer line? Get the Abacus Drain Special for only $49.95. Clean out access required. Learn more at abacusplumbing.com. That's abacusplumbing.com. You can count on us.
License M20628.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 24/7 comedy.
Men don't settle there. We surrender.
Women, we never express the emotions we're actually feeling, right? I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck.
Clips from today's top comedians and the greatest of all time.
Donut hole. If you want a donut, have a donut. Why are you eating the hole?
When you need a laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
You can actually change the station.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
All the good stuff. Yeah. Camps keeps you on top of pop culture.
Deadpool and Wolverine has arrived in theaters, and even if you're not into superhero movies, it may be worth checking out the soundtrack. Green Day, Patsy Cline, Goo Goo Dolls, Aretha Franklin, Huey Lewis and the News, Waylon Jennings, and NSYNC are among the 17 artists to lend their songs to the movie. Another is co-star Hugh Jackman, whose rendition of The Greatest Show from his 2017 musical The Greatest Showman is also included, along with Grease's Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta duet You're the One That I Want. Notably missing is Madonna's Like a Prayer, which was used in the viral first trailer for the film. The Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack is available on vinyl and digitally, while the film itself is playing in theaters.
All right.
And that's what's poppin'. I'm Camps on iHeartRadio.
Join the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, each day from 2 to 5 p.m. for the Craig Way Show on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. Great stuff by Mike Craven of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Make sure you follow him at Craven Mike. You know what time it is. It's 8:40, and that only means one thing. The world's strongest man, Mark Henry, WWE Hall of Famer, brings his take, and it's the world's strongest take, brought to you by the world's strongest man.
Well, to all my wrestling fans out there, here you go. It's time for the world's strongest take. Guys.
And girls.
And girls.
There we go.
Oh yeah, they can't exclude anyone.
Cannot.
I had a conversation with a very, very reliable source about my division, being a Cowboy fan. Love the East. Cowboys won the East last year, and I was pretty happy with it. Not as happy as if we won the division championship, but I'll take it. Won't happen this year. The Eagles will win the East, and they're going to win it going away. And a lot of that is because of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts spoke his truth. And that's the Eagles quarterback for those that really don't keep up with football. Nick Sirianni and the Eagles were determined to keep Hurts happy in Philly. So they went out in the free agent market and got the best running back available, which may arguably be the best running back in the league in Saquon Barkley. Secondly, they brought in Kellen Moore to be the offensive coordinator and the play caller, somebody that's proven, who's won the East and had offenses that led the league. Then, unlike the Cowboys, they paid their top receivers a lot. And then, as much as yesterday, they made a trade to get a wide receiver from a division rival who is their number 2 wide receiver, which now that will make him the 3rd wide receiver in the Eagles' rotation. When they go 3 wide, they really have a number 1, a number 2, and another number 2. So defenses in the East, get ready. My take is that Jalen Hurts was not allowed to be a quarterback. And I'm very sure that he went to them and said, listen, I am not a running back. The tush push is killing me. And I think that's, and this is my opinion. There's no fact to this. There's nothing you can go and Google and see what that argument was about that him and Sirianni had. But I think it went something like this. I need y'all to trade me if you don't want me to be a quarterback. I am not a running back. I've been beat up and injured with the tush push, with the running plays, with the zone read. I need to drop back and throw the ball. And if the play breaks down, then I'll run. That's a safer way for Jalen Hurts to have a successful NFL career. And I'm guaranteeing you, the ownership would not have done all of these moves and spent all this money on offense if Jalen Hurts didn't put his foot down. Sirianni was pissed and made one statement in which he said, I'm the coach. I owe my quarterback the ability to listen to him, but at the end of the day, I make the calls. So Jalen Hurts stepped up and said, oh, yeah? Well, I tell you what, you telling me to risk my body and my career, then y'all find another quarterback to do it. Trade me. And I guarantee you that conversation ended with Sirianni, and then it became a conversation with the ownership. Because there's no way that Jalen Hurts, being the man that he is, I know his father from Houston, they're God-fearing people, but his daddy is a man. In the dictionary, under man is a picture of Jalen Hurts' dad with his hand under his chin like the thinker. He is a man. Not going to stand for that. You can't talk to somebody, you can't talk slick to an oil can, is what my Uncle Jim used to say.
Say that one more time.
You can't talk slick to an oil can.
Boy, watch out now.
So all of this beef between Sirianni It's all been taken out of his hands. He is a pawn in the game. If they do not win this year, if the Cowboys beat the Eagles and win the East, Sirianni is gone.
It will happen.
He'll be a defensive coordinator. He'll be an offensive coordinator. He'll be a special teams coach. He'll be serving Gatorade. He'll be doing something, but he will not be the head coach of the Eagles. And that's just my take today. And Harge, what say you?
I'm with you. I believe all of that stuff could have happened. I definitely believe that Sirianni is in a place in which he understands that I can't act crazy the way that I do. He, flips off fans, flipping off the other team, talking crazy. That's not becoming of a head coach. Regardless of what city you're coaching for, you don't do things like that. And the way he deals with his team, everybody always talks about the player coach, the guy that is there for the players. He is somebody that they continue to look at and try to figure out, is he the right choice? Did we make the right choice? And I think with the success that he had early and being able to get to the Super Bowl and doing the things that he did, he thought that was it. He thought that was the pinnacle. He thought, I'm doing this every
I can do whatever I want.
But as well as I do, the only teams that are able to do that are teams like Andy Reid's Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
You have to have the right personality to lead it. Yes, we want to be a tough football team. We want to be recognized as such. But you said it perfectly. I believe Jalen Hurts, because we've seen the discussions on the sideline. That comes from A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts fighting each other on the sideline, arguing with each other. But that's a reflection of the coach. He didn't stop that. Andy Reid's not going for that. We saw Andy Reid get into
jump in there, and
then he just kind of moved away from the people and was getting ready to get back on the field and focus on the things that needed to be done, and then handled it.
Right.
There's a process to this.
Sirianni cost his team games.
Yes.
Because he went for it on fourth down. He went for it with the tush push, 3rd down and 3.
Yeah.
Rather than letting Jalen Hurts run a pass play. And if it breaks down, run, scramble, slide.
Exactly.
Throw it away and punt.
You can do all kinds of things.
He didn't want to punt at times.
Yep.
You get close to the 50-yard line. Hey, sometimes you got to wave the white flag and put your team in a better position, position-wise, and spots on the field to win the game, to at least make the defense go do some work.
Yeah.
And maybe something happens. So that's my take, and I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah. That is those are some of the things that we're going to continue to pay attention to as the season goes on. And speaking of the season, we got football games tomorrow, folks. We've got football games tomorrow. We'll preview it. And I got a letter to give to everyone. Use it wisely. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Voice your opinion by using the iHeartRadio app TalkBack feature while listening to Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Your hot and cold takes need to be heard somewhere. If you send a great one, you might just hear yourself on the air. Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Longhorns football plays here.
20, 10, 5, touchdown Texas. Jaden Blue with his first touchdown as a Texas Longhorn. And Howard has it, takes to the right, looking, he goes down. This game is over.
Longhorns football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Good morning. It's been a pretty easy commute thus far across all the major highways and byways. That should continue right now. We just have a minor issue. Southbound 35 right at McCarty Lane. It's over on the right shoulder. Meanwhile, westbound 71 also has a stalled vehicle on the right shoulder right at the 183 interchange. I'm Ryan Silva. That's Check Around Your Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year, Labor Day sale. Save up to $900 on select adjustable mattress sets from Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and Sealy. Plus, get up to a $300 instant gift for pillows and more.
At Hanna Chevrolet, we like to keep things simple. So the price we agree on is the exact price you pay. That means no bait and switches, no absurd additions, no mandatory dealer packages that are magically added at the finance table. At Henna, this can save you $3,000 to $5,000. Just straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, incredible customer service, and a vehicle you're going to love. So come in and together let's drive at Henna Chevrolet or Henna.com.
There's only so many ways I can style around this bald spot.
Happy Head understands.
I gotta get ahead of this.
Exactly. And that's why Happy Head uses dermatologist-created solutions for hair loss that give you results in as little as 3 to 6 months. Visit happyhead.com now for a prescription strength treatment. Get ahead of hair loss with Happy Head. Prescription products require an online physician consultation and only available if a physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details and important safety information. Happyhead.com.
We all know DraftKings Sportsbook makes watching football games even better. Well, now DraftKings has made their app even better with great new features like their withdrawal tracker. It shows where your money is every step of the way. When you make a withdrawal, it promptly tells you that it's processing. Then the moment your money is headed to you, and then right when it lands in your account. So you never have to wonder, am I going to get paid? It's like the tracker on your food delivery app, but instead of cold pizza, you're getting cold, hard cash. DraftKings, we get you, so we got that. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for eligibility terms and responsible gaming resources.
Lowe's knows Labor Day calls for big savings. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $750 when you buy 2 or more select major appliances priced $396 or more. And My Lowe's Rewards members get 3 bags of premium 2 cubic foot color mulch for just $10. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
At Cover Ford Hutto, they've got the deals you've been waiting for. How about getting yourself $599 per month for 39 months on a new Ford F-150 XLT or a 2024 Ford Explorer Timberline Edition? $399 per month for 39 months on a 2024 Ford Edge. The Coverts have been in business since 1909, and they've always been a part of the communities they serve. So visit CoverFordHutto.com or swing by 1200 US 79 in Hutto, Texas. Cover Ford and Hutto, where tradition meets the open road.
Hot deals on cold drinks must be the Beat the Heat sale at Specs. Cheers to savings.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
You're listening to Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
What a great week of shows we've had right here on the morning kickoff. If you missed any of them, get over to the podcast page and catch up on it. Reggie Freeman, Alex Okafor, the world's strongest take by Mark Henry, Eric Henry of Horns 24/7, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman, and Joe Cook of Inside Texas. We just had Mike Craven on as well. Just a great, great week of shows. But it's football time, folks. It is football time. And this is the time where if you got all your honeydews, they should have been done already.
You should have done it.
You already know what the situation is. Also, I will be at the Austin Gamblers. Make sure if you haven't had tickets for Gambler Days, get over and get yourself some tickets so you can be out there. But as I said, football starts tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. We got a kickoff. Florida State taking off. That's Khalil's team, Florida State. That's where he's an alum from. Florida State is taking on Georgia Tech. It's going to be a lot of fun. But ladies and gentlemen, I present you your pass for football season.
I need to hand this to you.
Is it me?
This needs to read it out loud.
Callie, this is to inform you that 2 weeks from today is the start of the NFL season. The past several months, I have been an engaged, loving, helpful, and thoughtful husband and father. However, I must with remiss inform you that I am putting in my 2 weeks notice. I will no longer be available for work on Sundays, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Monday evenings, nor Thursday evenings due to conflicting commitments. I'll also be available every Saturday due to conflicting commitments between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 a.m. the next morning. This will be in effect until the end of February and early March. Thank you for your understanding.
It's over for you.
It's over.
Don't ask me to do nothing except sit on that couch, watch football, and be in them streets watching my fantasy draft. I got my fantasy draft tomorrow. I got everything. It's
I got
going
the
on.
list.
My mama
Change the
coming
light
in town.
bulbs today. Hire a cleaning crew to clean your house.
Yup.
Make sure you go cut the yard, trim the hedges.
Be done with it.
Get all of that stuff out the way today.
Today is your day.
She
to get
can't
stuff done.
ask you nothing on Saturday and Sunday.
It's over.
Nothing.
Nothing.
If you got to clean the garage and you were supposed to do it this summer, hey, that's what you got to do.
You got Sunday, though, because football is only starting today. I mean, tomorrow for college football. Sunday, you don't have it.
Oh, so you can get stuff done on Sunday.
This week. This it. This is the final one. You ain't got nothing else but to clean up because the rest
Get the
of the year,
cars clean.
Yeah.
I need my car washed.
Done.
Get it done.
Follow me.
Baby, I got
Follow
it.
me.
I got it scheduled on Sunday.
I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it to get done at the car wash.
Yeah, I'm not washing. I'm paying for it.
This is the time.
Detail.
Folks, football is here. And as we said, on Monday, we will have Longhorn Mondays. So be excited about that. We'll be live from the press conference. You'll hear it right here, the exclusive home for Texas Athletics. We'll start telling you where we will be. I will be out on Thursdays watching football, brought to you by the great folks at Bud Light. So it is time to enjoy yourself.
Can I give a side note before we leave? All teams in the NFC East, stop trading and stop allowing your players to be poached by the Eagles in the same division.
To the Eagles.
Stop making trades. What is wrong with y'all?
And quit giving them to the Eagles. They already got everything.
Man.
It's going to be a fun year. I can't wait. We'll be breaking it all down the entire time. I want to thank my man Khalil for always doing a great job on the boards. I know it's a lot when you're dealing with us too, because you got to keep us in line. I want to thank the world's strongest man and the WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, for doing what he does. And I want to thank you, the people, as always, for tuning in. As I always say, tell 5 friends to tell 5 friends to make sure that they wake up with us Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. And just remember this, don't believe everything you see, folks, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
From the Audiovisual Consultation Studio, this is KBET AM Austin, AM 1300, The Zone. Listen